It's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday and it's time for...
Okay, I'm Ryland's Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Welcome back to another review show right here on...
Magic TV.
Absolutely. This is the show where we look every week at 4 brand new tricks that have been brought out to the magic community, and we look at them and we tell you exactly what we think. We perform every single trick that we review, and we are always 100% honest, and we give you our opinion whether people like it or not. And today we are going to be looking at a whole bunch of stuff, but the first trick we're going to be looking at right here on the Craig and Ryland review show is a brand new trick from Vanishing Ink, and this is by Ben Seidman, and it's called Permanent Record. Let's have a look at that one first. So we're starting this week with Permanent Record by Ben Seidman and Vanishing Ink. And this has recently come out, and it's a really, really, really good trick. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know much about it. I got it into review because a lot of people were saying that this is something that they wanted to see a review on, so we got it in. And I'll tell you right now, I think this is great.
Yeah, it is.
I think this is really good. I'd never really seen much of Ben's material before, but what I picked up from the tutorial is that he is a very, very, very good teacher of magic. I mean, the tutorial really breaks things down to the nth degree. Now, I'm not going to say anything about the product just yet. What I'd like to do is just do a performance first of all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this on Ryland, show you exactly what this trick's all about, and then when I've done the performance, we'll come back into the studio and talk about the pros and cons.
Yeah.
So, right, I have a pack of cards here, and I'm going to try and influence you. Do you believe in influence? Do you believe I'm able to influence you?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, how many cards in a pack of cards?
52.
Very good. Now,
Well, all 50.
there's certain cards that are more desirable than other cards. If I asked you to guess what the most commonly named card is for a male, what would you say?
As in like cold cards.
No, that could be any card. What would you say is the most commonly named card?
Ace of Spades.
You'd say the Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
And that's a free choice, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
you could literally choose anything, but you chose the Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Do you believe that I influenced you? I did influence you. I influenced you to say the Ace of Spades, because while I was talking, I was holding this card box, and on the card box is actually a picture of an Ace of Spades. And I was able to, you can probably see that there, I was able to influence you to name the Ace of Spades because there was an Ace of Spades on the card box, and I was like flashing it, and I was like, hey, you know, like, so we're going to try and do this again, all right, mate? We're going to try and do it again, but this time, don't let me, oh God, I've got loads of cards left in there, we go. This time, don't let me sort of influence you in any way, shape or form, okay? Don't let me influence you in any way, shape or form. Let's just sit them up. In fact, to make it so that there's no way I can influence you, I'm going to have you pick a card. Now, you can see that they're all there and they're all different. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So I'm going to spread through the cards, and I want you to touch anyone you want to. Now, I don't want you to think this is some sort of weird force. Are you happy with that one? Would you like to change your mind?
I'm happy with that one.
Can you look at the card quickly? I'll show it to the camera. That's the card. I'm going to leave it down in the centre of the deck. Give the cards a couple of cuts just to make sure that it's lost. Is that fair? Yeah. So now you're literally thinking any one of these cards. You had a completely free choice of any one of them. I didn't influence you in any way. There's no way I could have influenced you, right? Watch. It's done.
What's done?
Well, what was the card that you took this time?
The 10 of Hearts.
And that was a free choice, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Ace of Spades that was printed on the box?
Yeah.
Watch if I rub that Ace of Spades. It changes right there into the 10 of Hearts. And my friend, you can examine it. Okay, so that's the trick. That is Permanent Record. And I think the first thing that I need to say is there is a lot of ways of doing this.
Yeah.
So what you get with this is you get a gaff deck, and you get a bunch of gaffed cards, and the gaffed cards will allow you to change a card box. Now, once that card box has been changed, at that point, at the end, the box can be completely examined. The gaffed deck cannot be examined, but the card box can be examined. And the main routine, the one that Ben explains first of all, is about as close to self-working as you're going to get. It starts, as you saw, with a psych force. I used a slightly different sort of psychological force on Ryland because I knew he wouldn't go for the way that Ben suggested doing it. But he goes through what to do if it doesn't work. He goes through what to do if you've got a group of people. Like, he really breaks everything down. But then you go into the second phase of the routine where they pick any card, and the gaff deck really allows you to have a totally free choice, doesn't it? I mean, it really allows you to have a totally free choice. And then the card box changes so that, you know, the card on the card box changes to the card that they name, which is really strong. You know, it's kind of a little bit got that sponge balls moment. You know what I mean, right? People like sponge balls because when they open their hand, they're expecting one thing and something else happens. This has that similar sort of thing. The holding onto the card box. I don't think you even need to make a big deal of it. You can just give them the card box. They're not going to go check it out.
Yeah, can you just hold that for a second?
Yeah, just hold that for a second. Then later on when they look at it, it's like, hang on a minute. That's just changed. How did that happen? And at the point where they've noticed it's changed, everything with that card box is examinable, which is really cool. But then Ben goes through a whole bunch of other ideas, a load of subtleties, a load of handling tips, and you can tell that he has worked this in and then some. So he talks about how you don't... First of all, he talks about how you can actually have some really nice subtleties when using the gaff deck and how to use the gaff deck in a variety of different ways to actually improve on the... on the fairness of it, so to speak. But then he talks about how you can actually do this with a regular deck. I'm going to be honest with you, I will probably use this as a regular deck. Because if you don't use the gaff deck, you can still do it with a regular deck. You just have to do a different force. But it means that you've now got a regular deck that you can go into any other routine. You just need to have one gaffed card in that deck, and you can go into this anytime, anywhere.
It's just not as clean.
It's just not slightly as clean.
Yeah.
But the ending is cleaner because you're left with a regular deck. So, and the real gold on this project isn't even the trick. The real gold on this project is when Ben starts talking about a system that he's developed called Cups. Now, I'm not going to tell you what Cup stands for because that'll give you an idea of what this system's all about. But he talks about this system that he's developed for strolling and walk around magic called Cups and how it can actually make this seem more impossible. And using this system, it feels like the audience have had a completely free choice. They're literally just thinking of a card and the card box changes. And he doesn't even use the gaff deck to do that. And they just think of a card. And this whole cup system can be utilized in a lot of other close-up magic that's done in a strolling environment. And he says at the beginning, when he actually talks about cups, he says, if there's one thing you get from this project, it's this concept. I don't know why more people aren't doing it, but this is how it works and this is why it's so good. And I have to agree wholeheartedly with him. Even if I didn't like the trick, which I do, the talk about the cup system, I think, is just absolutely genius. And if he'd bought that out as an ebook, I think people would be raving about it. And the fact is, he's just put it in here as just a little bonus. It's typical Vanishing Ink quality. The cards are really well made. The box is really well made. Everything is really good. And you get, it's worth noting, you get, or at least we got a red card box. But the gaffs that you get, or at least we got 4 gaffed cards, which means that you could do this. It doesn't have to be an ace of spades, it can be a queen of hearts, and you've also got gaffs that allow you to do this with a blue card box as well. So whether you use blue cards or you use red cards, you're going to be able to do this routine. It just happens that the gaff deck is supplied with a red back gaff deck. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of talked an awful lot. What do you think of this?
I think it's very good.
Yeah?
I really like it.
It's different. I know you don't like long, boring card tricks.
No, only your long, boring.
Oh, you don't like my long, boring card tricks. This is anything but long and boring.
Yeah, it's short and interesting.
It's short and interesting. And
it's complete opposite.
It's complete, what, to my magic? Yeah. Complete opposite to my magic. It's fun and it's impossible. Anytime a drawing or something that's printed actually changes, it becomes even more magical. And that's what you've got here. The drawing is actually changing. It's really cool. I'm going to give this 96%. This is absolutely 100% going into my act. I think it's great. I'm throwing this directly into my my close-up case. And I plan on using this for a long time. 96% from me. What about you?
Just to annoy you, I'm going to go 97.
97%. Wow.
No,
Ben
one out of-
Seidman. There you go. 97% from the Kid Magician. Yeah, it's really good. It's very, very easy. But then there's more advanced handlings in the project as well. But it's accessible for pretty much anybody with any skill level. So Vanishing Ink have once again knocked it out the park.
Yeah.
97% from him. 96% from me. Now we're going to look at a new cube trick. So the next trick, Ryland's probably going to take the lead on this review, because any time that we talk about Rubik's Cube magic, especially Rubik's Cube magic that's designed to be done on stage, his little eyes light up like a pinball machine and he starts talking so excitedly. So tell us about Infinity Cube by Tora Magic.
It's really cool.
It's really cool.
It's really cool.
It's really cool. You do a lot of manipulation style magic. I mean, you do the manipulate, you do...
Tora also do that then?
Yeah, that's Tora as well. So you do multiplying balls, you do, dancing cane, you're learning card manipulation, you do coin manipulation, you do all this stuff on stage.
Yeah.
And you've been wanting to do, and you do quite a lot of cube magic to music, don't you? The cube wall you do to music.
Yeah.
What else do you do to music with cubes? The blindfold cube solve.
Yeah.
Blindfold cube solve. So you do an awful lot to magic, but he's been wanting for a while to have a cube manipulation act.
Don't tell them what the trick is on.
I'm not going to tell him which trick is.
We're going to show him.
Yeah. So we're going to show you a video of Ryland doing this on Instagram. There's a couple of different videos that we're going to show you. The first video is going to be a production of cubes one by one. So we're going to have a look at that first of all, and then we'll have a look at another way we can do it in a bit. But this is basically Infinity Cube. Ryland put this on his Instagram channel a little while ago. So let's have a look at this.
I just really like when you take it out and then you can show the bag empty, then just carry on taking it out.
Yeah, that's impossible. It reminds me a little bit. Do you remember that trick that you used to do? You don't do it anymore. Dream bag, where you made the flowers appear. And it was like a bag and it was empty, and then you kind of pulled out a
little like box.
Yeah, with flowers on and
And there was
ribbon.
like a yellow, a red and a blue.
Yeah. Dream bag, yeah. This reminds
We
me
did
a
that on
little...
Insta.
You did it on Insta, yeah. This reminds me
On
a
the
little...
driveway at the exact same place.
Yeah, it was actually, yeah. But this reminds me...
No. I'm thinking of something else. No.
Yeah, you're thinking of Cube Buster. This reminds me a little bit of Dream Bag, in that you show the bag empty, you're producing cubes. You're showing the bag empty, you're producing more cubes. You're showing the bag empty, and your plan is to do this to music, isn't it?
Yeah.
So your plan is to talk about how you love Rubik's Cube magic, and you've got thousands of Rubik's Cubes. How do you get so many Rubik's Cubes? Well, let me show you. And then you're going to have this bag, and you're going to take the magic. Aren't you going to combine it with Super Wand?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the bag. I'm going to tap, and there's nothing doing. I put the wand away, then use my hand snap to start taking cubes out, show the bag empty, take out 10 cubes, put the bag away, examine the wand, then take the tip off, throw it on catch on, and do the wand. And then once I've got the cane, grab the second bag, but they just think it's the same one, but grab a second bag, tap it with the cane, and then explosion.
You get an explosion. Because that's the other way that you can do it. You can do it as an explosion.
Well, let's try
can't
them,
you?
yeah.
Let's have a look at that. So this is another video that Ryan put on
This is the
Instagram.
explosion one.
This is the explosion version. So rather than producing them one at a time, you produce them all in one go. I mean, that looks incredible. So I've got a few questions for you. So first of all, how convincing do the Rubik's Cubes look? I've seen them, like on camera, they look great. I've seen them from sort of a stage performance point of view while I've been watching you rehearse and look great. Is this something a close-up performer could do? Could you do this like table hopping or something?
You might. Not really, though.
No?
You might be able to.
I don't know, because I mean they aren't real Rubik's cubes.
No. If you do look at them like from a distance, from about where they are from here.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You might be able to see something, but
Well, not really. I don't think you would. But if they were really close up like this,
like let's say that's the camera's the table, and I'm doing the trick, and if I do it here,
yeah,
you might not be able to see it.
Yeah. I mean, you've got no problem doing this on the stage, have you?
No.
At all?
No.
What was the tutorial like? Because you watched the tutorial, I didn't even bother. Is it easy? Because you said it was a bit of a nightmare setting them up, right?
It is. Yeah.
Why? Is it a one-time set, or do you have to set it up every time you perform?
It's a one-time set. So, what's really hard about it is because you've got to take a cube, and it takes about a minute for each cube to set up. But once you set the cube up, you've done it for life. Unless the cube breaks.
Okay.
Unless like you get it wet or something.
And is it difficult, or is it easy to do?
It's all right. That's why it's about a minute.
No, the routine, the trick.
The routine. Yeah, it's easy.
It's easy. So anyone could do
For
it.
the explosion, you'd literally just need to loosen your grip. Bang! Cubes everywhere. For the first one, it's a bit harder because you got to like take one out, keep the others down, take one out, keep the others down, take it out, keep the others down, flatten the thing so they're all covered, show them, then do it again. Just over and over again.
You know what? You're planning on doing this in a stage show, right? To music. I think this would be amazing in a kid's performance.
Yeah.
Imagine if underneath all of the cubes, you tell me if this is possible, underneath all of the cubes, could you have like a flat chocolate bar or something? Could you have something underneath there?
Maybe.
Because I'm just thinking, hey, who here likes chocolate? Who'd like to see me make a chocolate bar appear inside this empty bag? You would. Okay. All I want you guys to do is shout chocolate. When you shout chocolate, I'll make a chocolate bar appear. Chocolate! That's a Rubik's Cube. Stop thinking about Rubik's Cubes. Who shouted Rubik's Cube? Do not shout Rubik's Cube. I don't want a Rubik's Cube. I want a chocolate. On the count of three, everyone shout chocolate. Who shouted Rubik's Cubes? I heard that. Oh, look, another Rubik's Cube. It would get hilarious. It'd be like, by the time you're pulling the 7th or the 8th Rubik's Cube out, you'd be like, you know, the kids would be like, you know, screaming Rubik's Cube. I think this could be a really funny bit for a kid's entertainer. I think this could and also really visual, just a really visual, funny production. I think it would work really well as a presentation for a kid's entertainer from a passer point of view. So yeah, it works for music, and if you're a manipulator, it'd work. You know, some of Tora's stuff is great, some of it's not so good, but I thought this was exceptional. Really, really good. I'm going to give it. I wasn't going to give it more than 79% because I didn't think I was going to do it. But you know what? I'd do this in a kid's show. I'd absolutely. I wouldn't do this in my stage show, but I'd do this in a kid's show. Well, no, you're planning on opening your new show with this trick, aren't you? This and Super One. So I mean, that tells you what you think of it. I'm going to give it 89%. I think this is really good. I think if you've got a place for it in a stage show, I think it's even better.
I'm going to give it 90.
90. Have you broken yourself? Are you stuck?
90.
Come on, get on with it.
95.
95.
Yeah.
95% from Ryland. Definitely.
95.
Okay, I get it.
95.
It's definitely going into his
95.
show. Okay, calm down. It's definitely
95.
going into his show. 95% from Ryland.
95.
89% from me. I get it. It's 95%.
95.
Definitely going into his act. If you're looking for something really cool, really fun, really visual, really interesting, that's great. Close-up magicians, really, I don't think you need to apply to this one. I don't think this is going to work for you. But having said that, if you want to see something really cool that you can do in a close-up performance, stick around because the next trick, I think this one might be for you. So next up, we have Diamond Jim Tyler's 10 Grand Prix. A stack of $1 bills magically and visually changed to 100 to $100 bills. Yeah, $1 bills changed to $100 bills. And it's by Diamond Jim Tyler. We both met Diamond at Blackpool. He was a very, very, very nice guy. And you know, his book, Pocketful of Miracles, is still, for my money, one of the best books that's ever been written. Diamond Jim Tyler is a very, very, very good magician. And what he has here, this for me is as good as Extreme Burn, it's as good as Flash Cash, it's as good as Easy Money, any of those bill change style routines, this is as good as. I love the fact that all of the bills change. Now, obviously, this is an American currency, so it would be better suited for people living over in America. But even if you're in the UK, people know what a $1 bill looks like. People know what a $100 bill looks like. The change from the stack of $1 bills to the stack of $100 bills looks amazing. Even the band around the bills changes as well. And I saw Diamond doing this over and over again at Blackpool, and just people were stopping and buying one immediately because they were just like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to do a performance of it right now, just so you can see exactly what this looks like. So this is 10 Grand Prix by Diamond Jim Tyler. Okay, so I'm going to show you how a magician makes money. I have here $100. I have $101 bills. That's what that little blue thing says there, $101 bills. Now, that's not a lot of money in this day and age. So I thought I'd show you how a magician makes money. Watch those $1 bills. Because if I could really do magic, I'd tell you exactly what I would do. I would do something like this, and I would take those $100 bills, those $1 bills, and I'd turn them into $100 bills, and that's what I have here now. Nothing but a whole bunch of $100 bills, $10,000 in total, and that's how magicians make money. So that's a performance of 10 Grand Prix. I mean, this is great, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you're a close-up performer and you put this into your top pocket or into your jacket pocket or something like that, and you take it out, this will make a great opener. It's the sort of thing that establishes credibility immediately. How many times do you go to a gig and people go, oh, if you're a real magician, you can make money up here? Well, yes, I can actually. In fact, let me show you how I can do this. Or you can talk about, if you're in the UK, you can talk about the exchange rate. Oh, the exchange rate is terrible at the moment, but let me show you what I do to fix that. I've got a bunch of $1 bills and I can change it into $100 bills. Presentationally, there's a lot of different ways you can go with this. It's very well made. It's very easy to do. Diamond Jim goes through the tutorial really, really well. He explains everything very, very clearly, goes through different handlings and different ways of actually doing this. But in all honesty with you, it's very simple, and within a few minutes, you'll be doing this yourself. And yeah, as long as you look after it, it's obviously made out of paper.
Obviously.
So you have to be careful with it. Like if you just screw it up in your close-up case. No, if you screw it up in your close-up case, it might wreck. But it comes in this really nice little holder that you can just keep it in, and then you can just take it out and put it into your pocket when you start the.
What does look cool is it does look like really real.
It does. It looks like real money.
Yeah, once you've done the change to the hundreds, you can try this side, you can try this side, and then let me just check I've got the right one. And then you can literally just like.
Yeah, it really looks good. It really does. There's 2 or 3 principles built into this. And then literally
do that. You set.
Oh yeah, that's the other point. It's reset now.
Straight away.
Ready to go again. Reset. Instant reset, which is great. So it's designed really for a close-up performer. It's designed for somebody. I mean, I say it's a close-up performer. This would be great in a virtual show. This would be great in a stage show. There's a lot of places where this would look great. You're doing it on Instagram, but in terms of it's just a worker. I mean, that's all I can say about this. It's a real worker. It'll make a great opener. There's nothing to not like about this. I really, really, really like this routine.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's really awesome. I mean, look at that change. That change is just sick. It really is just a great change. So yeah, I'm going to give this 90%. I do plan on doing this. I plan on taking this around with me. I haven't worked it in the real world yet, but I do plan on it. And I think, no, it can't be examined. That's something that you need to be aware of. But I think
you got...
What, $10,000 and you can just switch it?
Yeah.
Spare $10,000 lying around. No, it can't be examinable. But to be honest, I think at the end, that display is so clean, you just put it away in that point and say, yeah. Anyway, even if you just keep it in your pocket and people just go, hey, can you make money? Well, actually, I can. Check this out. And you just put it away and you go into something else.
In your pocket.
Yeah.
Walking to the next table. Oh, your mum.
I like it. I'm going to give it 90%. I think this is really good.
Wait, imagine if you could really do that and you had $100 bills, a stack of 100. you did that, and then you got 10,000. Put it all on the table, but 200. Take 100 in that hand, 100 in that hand, and just kept on doing that over and over again.
Well, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Bits.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Okay, I'm going to give this 90%. What about you?
I'm going to give it 95.
95%. Yeah, it's really great. Close-up magicians, stage magicians, virtual magicians. This is just a really fun trick to do. It's great. I've never seen anything like it. Really like it. 10 Grand Prix. It's available from all good magic dealers, or you can get it directly from djtyler.com. www.djtyler.com /10 Grand Prix. So go check that out, and let's now have a look at the final review. So the final trick is another Tora magic trick, and this comes in a really nice box. Really nice box with the Tora magic logo on it, and it's another Rubik's Cube trick. I'm going to be very interested to see what you think of this one. I quite like it.
I like it.
It's another Tora magic trick. It's another Tora magic trick using a Rubik's Cube. Tora have been hitting out of the park recently, especially with cube magic, and this is very, very interesting.
Don't say anything else, just play the performance.
Well, let's have a look at a performance of it.
Now, you've seen me solve a cube before, but we're going to try something different.
That's insane.
Can you take the cube and start to mix it? Oh,
You've dropped your rod. Start to mix it.
Yeah, start to mix it for me.
Okay, yes, it is mixed.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the cube on the stand, cover it up with this box.
Okay, so you're not even going to touch it?
No. As I said, we're going to try something different. You ready?
Okay.
Right. Done. It's solved.
No way!
It's solved. Look at that.
That's insane.
That is insane. It's
That's
solved.
ridiculous.
It's cool, right?
That's really good.
That's cool. Right, I'm going to put the cube back on.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now, as you can see, as you've said before about the rods, pick any colour rod.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Blue.
Blue.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, you get the blue. So what you're going to do is you're going to tap the box 3 times. That's when the magic happens. Look. Now, the cube is completely blue.
So there you go. That's a performance. Now, this is also one that you did on Instagram. In fact, very quickly, we'll play the Instagram footage of you doing it as well. Why not? Let's play. So we just did that on me in the studio, but this is a video of him doing it on Matt a couple of weeks ago in the office. Let's have a look at this.
I've got my friend Matt here. I'm going to show him some magic. Matt, mix the cube up.
Mix it?
Yeah, I'm going to solve it.
Okay.
I'm going to solve it using magic. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I put the cube under here. I put this over the cube. When I snap, do you know what happens? The cube solves. Ta-da! Look, pick a rod, any rod. Pick it up.
Pick a rod?
Yeah, pick it up.
Yellow.
Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Now you can see that the cube has turned yellow.
So that's the routine. Talk me through this, right? Because obviously you watched the tutorial. Let me ask you a few questions about it. So first of all, the tutorial, what was it like?
Really good.
Was it good?
It was good.
It covered everything. You did say that there was an issue with one of the rods.
Yeah, they couldn't.
That you had to figure out a way around it.
Yeah, they couldn't pick the green rod.
So there's 4 rods or wands. There's a blue one, there's a yellow one, red one, and don't give anything away. You don't have to show. They've just seen it. Okay.
You get the box with everything. You need the cube and everything like that. You got the thing that holds the rods, which is that. By the way, and then you got the rods, which these. So they can't pick the green rod. So what I thought, if they did pick the green rod, what I thought you could do is you could say, okay, so we're eliminating the green rod. Which one would you like next? That one. Okay, so we'll eliminate that. Which one would you like to eliminate last? That one. Okay. So you ended up with the red rod, and then.
Yeah, but the tutorial didn't tell you what to do about it, did it?
No, it just
didn't you say a guy with a piece of paper held something up or something?
Yeah. So what he did is because there was no speaking.
On the tutorial.
Yeah, no speaking on the performance or the tutorial. what he did is he was explaining things with his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, and then he got a piece of paper off the chair and it said, "Must not pick green."
But he didn't tell you what to do if they did pick green.
I don't think so.
No. Okay, fair enough.
Or I was also thinking, oh, maybe that's the prediction for green, but no, it said must not pick green.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I do like the idea of so to pick green. You go, great, you've eliminated green. Which one would you like to eliminate next?
That one.
Okay, which one would you like to eliminate next?
That one.
Perfect, and that leaves you with yellow. Okay, cool. And how difficult is it?
Not that difficult.
It's not that difficult. Okay. And this is a regular cube, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
when you at the beginning of the routine, when you showed it me, you did a shake solve. That's obviously not something that people need to be able to do. You don't need to do the shake solve to solve it. It's an
instrument. So yeah. So that just goes in there. Cover it up. So yeah, solve it. Ta-da.
See, and how examinable is that at that point? So you can turn it around, but you can't have it examined. I'm just thinking from a kid show point of view.
Yeah, that's good. And then...
Could I ask a question? Could you very quickly? Could you show that it's not been solved, and you say, "I'm going to try and solve it. I just need a magic wand." Get a kid to tap it, and then you show it's not solved, so it's not worked. So you say, "Tap it." Oh, it's not worked. And then as you look away, you cover it up. Yeah, I'm thinking a look no see type thing.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's not worked.
No,
I wish. And the kids will be screaming. It has worked. It's coloured in.
What?
It's solved.
What? Look, let me check. See?
Yeah, that sort of thing.
See, it's not. It can't be. It's impossible. It's not possible.
Yeah. Okay. So that would work.
So yeah, you can pick yellow, blue, red.
Okay.
And then green, you eliminate and get down to one colour. Then it can be yellow, blue, or red.
And when they get a colour, let's say they get yellow, which is there, right? No, I don't want to do it wrong.
Yeah, you just need to lift it.
Okay, so when they get yellow, you can't show this completely, but you can kind of show it like this, and you can show it quite well, but not completely, right?
I was thinking like, hang on, give me a sec. Hang on. You talk for a minute while I do something.
Oh, I'm going to talk. So, you know what? Again, this is another trick that's not really designed for close-up workers. This is a bit of an angly routine. The cube can't really be examined, which isn't really a problem for stage, but becomes more of a problem when you're performing in a close-up situation. This is something more for a stage performer. I really think this would be great for a kids show performer, or somebody who does a lot of cube magic. What are you doing? Okay. So my question is, while you're apparently solving this cube here,
no, I'm not solving it.
Aren't you? Okay. Would you do this in your show?
Maybe.
No, I want to know because
I
obviously.
I think so. It's nice. It's nice.
But would you? Because here's the thing: you can solve a cube without needing any of this jazz.
Yeah, but the colour of that is nice.
Okay, so you like it because of the picking the rods and getting the colour. Yeah. Okay.
So what I was just thinking then is, so you take the cube, you show it, you say, there you go. It's because as you can see, there's a magnet in there. Yeah. Which magnet on there?
Oh, is that why you got to put it that way?
No, you don't have to put it that way.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was thinking. So hang on. So cube is complete mix up. Mix it up some more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cube's mixed up, and now when you put it under. You cover it up, do that, solved, and now you can show it on all the sides.
Oh, that's clever, because you've solved the bottom half of... That's really nice.
Yeah, so...
Did they do that in the instructions, or was that you?
They might have.
Did they or not?
I don't know. But, so I was just thinking, doing 1, 1, 2, 2, that looks completely mixed up.
Yeah.
Just mix it up in front of them, so they think it's more mixed. And then,
but you've just solved the yellow side.
Yeah, so I've just solved the yellow side. Then when it goes into the solve thing, I can show all the sides.
That's really nice. That's really, really nice. I like that very much.
Then you just put that under.
And I suppose if it was yellow that they picked, as you've got that yellow side solved,
yeah, if
you would be able to show it more clearly and freely, wouldn't they?
Yeah, in fact. That looks like the whole thing has been shown there. That does.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Okay. So my question is, now we've completely exhausted this to the nth degree, what would you give this? I don't think you like this as much as the other cube stuff that you do.
Give it
89. So you are going to do it. You're going to try it out, but it might not be something that stays in your act forever.
Yeah.
89%. I'm going to give this 79%. I know I'm not going to do this. Doesn't mean it's not very good. It just means it's not for me. I do think that colour revelation at the end, where it changes colour into one solid colour, I think that's great. It's a very good method. As I said, not for close-up workers, really more for a stage performer or more for a kids performer. But we do get a lot of people asking us to review stuff for stage performers and kids performers. So there you go. So, yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There you
so,
go.
79% from me, 89% from him. We're going to pack this away and wrap this whole thing up.
All you need to do to pack it away is literally just put that in, put all the rods in, like that. Where's the yellow? Where's the yellow? Where's the yellow? There. You just put the rods in, like that, put that in, take the base, put that in, take that with the lid on, put that in, like that, and then put mine like that, and then these just go on the sides.
It's nice that they've given you this nice carrying case to keep it nice and safe.
And then, obviously I'm not going to show you the instructions, but it is there. As you can see, the little white bit behind my hand.
That's where the instructions are. Okay, cool. Right, let's put this away and we're going to wrap this whole thing up.
Yeah. That's another you shot in. That's another you shot in the bag. That's another you shot in the bag. And that's another.
Ever work with animals or children? Please remember that, people that are watching this. That is another review show in the bag. Thank you once again for joining us right here on
Magic TV.
Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. If you want to see more of Ryland, and God knows why you would, you can go check him out on Instagram, where he now has over 16,000 followers. You can check him out on YouTube, where he has over 1,000 followers. And you can check him out on Facebook, where he has a reach of over 6 million.
Do you know what he said the other day when we got into the taxi?
What?
He said, because I was being silly, so I was just messing around with Chris Concrete, because we're coming back to England after Rendezvous.
In Paris.
I think, yeah, in Paris. I think that's what it's called, Rendezvous.
Rendezvous, yeah.
Yeah, Rendezvous. So coming back, and he said to the taxi driver, when you give us the rating, please don't rate my son, because he's quite annoying.
You are quite annoying. He is very annoying. He's the most annoying child in the world.
I know you are.
I'm not a child. Doesn't even make sense. We'll be back again next week on a Craig and Ryland review show, where we're looking at some brand new products. Thanks once again for joining us. Please go ahead and subscribe to the Netrix. Go on, Ryland.
www.thenetrix.cookie.
And if .cookies don't work, try .com.
Cookie. Cookie.
Okay, cookie.
Cookie.
We'll be back again next week. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
We'll see you again. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.